From the Revolution to the Constitution, the Civil War to Reconstruction, industrialization to the modern age, we are America. The British Empire, the powerhouse of the 18th century, ruled by the absolute authority of King George III, the empire spread its influence around the globe, bringing many areas, including the colonies that would soon become the United States, into the fold. The king's legislation in these colonies was often enforced by military officials, and individual rights were suppressed, all of them irrelevant before the omnipotence of the king. When America rebelled, it was this absolute, centralized form of government they sought to overcome. War. In July of 1776, America had officially declared its independence from the British Empire, and had ousted the British magistrates and garrisons from many of its cities. The king's response was immediate and brutal. Hundreds of imperial soldiers marched from British forts throughout the region, and thousands more sailed over from across the pond. If King George had considered America any basic nation, it likely would have been crushed beneath the sword. As it was, more pressing matters had arisen in Europe, and the cost of obtaining the colonies grew higher than their worth, and the king turned his attention elsewhere, leaving America to its devices. By 1783, an official agreement had been reached, and America was independent. America's first form of government was a far cry from its original rule by a single executive. Under the Articles of Confederation, the individual states of the Union retained most of their sovereignty, giving only what were deemed completely necessary functions to the central government, and it was this weakened, unicameral form of the legislature that served as the entire government of the nation. Under this system, Congress could not raise an army, collect taxes, or regulate commerce in any way. It took only one spark to ignite the flame. Daniel Shays, a Revolutionary War veteran, was outraged by the Massachusetts court's seizure of property because of the owner's inability to pay debts, and he gathered to his side many supporters from the common man of America. Together they marched on the cities of Massachusetts and attacked the courthouses, burning them to prevent any more seizures. And because of Congress's inability to create a militia or police force, help was slow in coming, and much of the faith in the Articles of Confederation had faded. Congress, in response to the rebellion and other incidents throughout the nation, elected to create a convention to revise the Articles to allow the government further powers to prevent such uprisings. 12 of the 13 states sent delegates to attend this convention. Rhode Island alone refused the summons. Once there, however, the focus of the convention shifted from revising the Articles of Confederation to drafting an entirely new basis of government. It was with great hesitance that the delegates agreed to discuss the creation of a new document, and many left the convention in protest. Enough remained, however, to write the first draft of what would become the Constitution of the United States of America. This Constitution was written to provide an equally balanced system of government between the states and the nation as a whole. It took over 4 years for the states to fully approve the new Constitution. There were intense debates over what a more centralized power meant for the nation, or whether it was even legal for the convention to draw up a new constitution. Either way, in the end, the Constitution became the new ruling government of the nation, and from that stemmed the political controversy we know even today. For even though the United States were now united under one system of government, they were still not truly united as one nation.